Welcome everyone to Price Action Live at Traders Post for January 29th, 2026, the day after the FOMC meeting. And what a meeting it was. I'm one of your traders, Tom Hartman, alongside Mike, power user Christensen, co-founder and CSO of Traders Post.
Power user today.
Up to 4 days a week at Price Action Live, we trade in front of you using the advanced trade execution engine known as Traders Post, the epic software that upgrades your trading. Whether trading stocks, futures, options, or crypto, Traders Post has got you covered. Today's stream is brought to you by Blue Sky, the best-in-class prop firm that offers same-day activation, daily payouts, and no max restrictions. Visit bluesky.pro and sign up for your first prop firm account today and trade futures like never before. Use coupon code WELCOME26 to get 50% off your launch plan account for first-time subscribers. Mike, we're trading the wrong asset. Gold. Gold went parabolic yesterday.
I know it. I'm having a hard time wanting to jump in at this point, obviously. So I just keep ignoring it. And every time I ignore it, it's up another parabolic move. I've been tracking it for some time now, even since it's moved to 3,600. And I thought, oh, that's kind of crazy. And then the break from 3,600 to 4,500, I was like, all right, that's the top. We're going to stop here, right? This is like Bitcoin moves here. This is nuts. So
That's right.
What does that tell us about gold?
Well, yesterday, the question that Powell was asked, right when it exploded, Powell was asked the question, hey, why is gold moving so much? Do you think that's people have losing faith in the dollar or the economic system or whatever it is? And he's like, oh, no, it's nothing. Gold just moves. We don't pay attention to prices, whatever. And then gold jumped up 6%. So it's like, okay, there is some serious problems here.
Because Powell said there's nothing wrong with it, it made it a safe asset now. Everyone was afraid of it. Now it's like, hey, just jump on. This is just normal movement, right?
Well, he's the one who brought up the idea that, oh, we know that the narrative of gold is that people are losing faith within the financial system, but we don't think it's anything. So we all know Fed speak is do the opposite. What is that chart?
That was yesterday's V move after earnings. You didn't take part in this?
No, I don't trade it at the end of the day.
This is Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla reporting, and then an immediate bounce back up again.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's the trade I missed. Oh my god, I was so upset.
Yeah, that was a big one.
I was in a meeting, so I just didn't even think about. I had to set I usually set my trades up like beforehand, and it went exactly the way that I thought, and I just didn't even think to put the trade on until I looked at it last night.
Yeah, that was a crazy one. I didn't trade this. I traded in the electronic session, but this move was pretty nuts. I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I know the options market was predicting about a 5% move on the SPX, but I don't think we got that. It wasn't quite 5%, if I recall.
Right. Well, we're about to get to open here. 30 seconds to open. I have a bias slant to the M&Q, so I'm aiming for 784 today. Let's see if I can stick to my guns. I'm already in my short, of course. Are you seeing any levels here, Mike, that you'd be aiming for intraday?
It looks bearish. I see some buyers at 130, and that kind of lines up with my support 1 band that I have right here. I'm going to move this one down just a little bit. So support 2 would be at 960, or basically the psychological 26 level. I'm expecting a pullback here from the open, though. A little bit further. This is a little bit of a downtrend, but you never know. So let's see how price action goes in the first 6 minutes.
Awesome. Hey, Peter. Hey, Trey. Nice to have you guys here. All right. We did have jobs number come in today, but all the jobs data was like basically flat.
Yeah.
Not only was it expected, but it was in line with what was their last reporting.
And it's just initial jobless claims today anyway, right?
Right.
Yeah, nothing interesting there.
Microsoft fell like, what was it? How much yesterday did it fall?
6% after the close, and then now since the open they're down 9%, and that's on a beat on earnings and a beat on revenue, by the way.
Oh, I didn't even see the
massive gap down for Microsoft.
Well, when good news gets a sell off, that's a top-in signal.
So I am slowly adding to a TQ's position, which is unmoved despite the Microsoft drop. I might even add some more here today. Yeah, it barely moved down. How do I determine trend? Oof, there is a question. There are a lot of ways to do it. For me personally, and I'm not saying that this is gospel or like the only way to do it, I'm a big fan of the regression trend tool on TradingView. The regression trend is basically a Pearson's R correlation, or a linear slope between price and time, and 3 standard deviations of that price over time. I think the default settings is two standard deviations, but I like to capture 3 standard deviations. And what that shows me is if I take bottom wick to top wick, that shows me the direction of the trend and also the boundaries of where price might arrive in that period of time. It's the tool I use for regime detection, but there are literally dozens of ways to look at trend. You can look at short-term and long-term moving averages and crossovers of those moving averages. You can just measure by boxes. My earliest form of doing this was just boxes. Draw a box from bottom wick to a top wick and see if these boxes start to stack up next to each other. Really what you're looking for is, the generic way of saying this is higher highs and higher highs and higher lows. As long as you have a higher high and a higher low and they keep repeating in the same direction, that is the formation of the trend. In the opposite direction, if you have a lower high and a lower low, that would be a downtrend. But you have to see the price start to confirm in that direction several times.
I use my trend indicator VWAP. It's a trend VWAP, and if VWAP is higher today than it was yesterday, the close values, that's where my trend is set up. I just find it so useful, so clear to see where the price will move. Oh my god! So we're getting a little bit of a sell-off here on MNQ.
Yep, some excitement on the books as well. A lot of sellers at 125 now, where previously there were buyers. And it looks like the buyers moved back to 100.
I made a painful mistake after my my payout to be like, oh, I can do larger size now.
No,
I know how to do it. And just eating it. Didn't blow out any accounts, but it's like, okay, back down to minimum size.
So I had this conversation with somebody I'm teaching trading right now. It's actually quite a good deal. He's a boxer. I'm a trader, and he's teaching me to box, and I'm teaching him to trade. Perfect trade-off. I'm for it. And it's really fun. He's a great coach.
You're teaching him the more painful thing. He's going to get
exactly. More emotionally painful. He's teaching me the more physically painful. My knuckles are hurting right now. So I talked to him last night about this concept of earned risk, and how really you got to start with the smallest size until you start to see a trend in your direction and earn the ability to move your size up. Occasionally, of course, the market will show you something that is just undeniable, and you have to load up on those. You want those asymmetric opportunities, because most days are, especially lately with the VIX at 17, 16, and we're being inside this kind of small channel here. These aren't massive moves, and any opportunity you can get to scalp a little off is great, but size accordingly, earn your risk.
So I was using Command Pad. Is it possible to have it also read the price from Topstep?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Let's work on that.
That would be great.
Yeah, I thought about that, and I need to just get a Topstep account and take a look, and I can add it. Or if you want to add to the extractor, you can do it.
Okay, let me do that. Yeah, I have it.
There's an API built into it for extraction, and you can just add one for Topstep.
So I've been using it. I guess I just didn't realize how fast it was. I just didn't wrap my head around signals.
Yeah.
Well, compared to the lines on the chart in TradingView, I just I mean, I saw you were doing it, but to click it, I was like, I don't have time to even go check that the signal's in before it's already done. It's like I'm already in it. And I was like, oh, wow, that's so smooth. Really loved it.
Extremely smooth. I'm a little nervous about this sell-off here. We just hit the bottom of the regression trend. We're bouncing off of weekly VWAP, and we also have electronic weekly VWAP down here as well.
Right.
I want to see how buyers respond to this area, and what I might do is wait for a little bit of a bounce before I sell. I don't want to chase this price action here.
Well, I'm currently up 290. Let's see if that holds.
Nice, Tom.
I really want to get to that 785. I mean, we can go as low as 432, but I don't see that happening today. What is all the news and all the hedges can be gone. There's no upcoming, what's the word, events that we have to sort of like prepare for, right?
Not that I'm aware of. No, I mean, the next thing on today's calendar is going to be another earnings report. So we got Apple after the bell today, and Visa, and then tomorrow on Friday we got Exxon, Chevron, and American Express. So combined we've got some oil and banking companies. Mastercard's today as well. Caterpillar, another big one. So at least for the next 2 days, there are some earnings reports that will move price a little bit. Man, what a sell-off here in the open.
Yeah, straight to weekly. Now the question is, do I just take my profits? Yeah.
Looking at the 2-hour here, that just starts to look like the end of the move as we try to find support here back at 26. We started to pull back from an overbought environment. Looks correct. Healthy little correction here. But do we continue from here is the question. Hey, Jarma.
Hey. All right. Do I want to take profit here and then put another order in afterwards?
So looking at the books, I've got 148 contracts around 26,000. So the buyers are going to try to defend that level. And there's not a lot of resistance on the other side, about 56 contracts at 26,050. So I'm thinking my strategy is changing here this morning. I might wait for a reversal here.
What's silver doing? Silver is up 6% today. Bitcoin is nowhere to be seen. Bitcoin's at 88,000. Jiminy Cricket. If it gets to 80,000, I win my polymarket bet. So that'd be great.
All right, there's a little buying pressure.
Yeah, it's making me nervous.
Some of those orders got eaten or at least abandoned their post at 26, but it's starting to rise again. 109 at 26,000 and about 38 right below.
So I only caught some of Trevor's tutorial yesterday. How did that go?
I think it went really well for any new users. I think the aim is definitely to try to go back and cover a lot of the core concepts of Traders Post. What's a strategy? What's a subscription? What's a JSON signal? What's a webhook? The main things that I think we take for granted here because we use them every day. I think he covered the core concepts really well, and there was a really good turnout. There's a lot of people responded to the outbound message. So, we're going to try to do those every week for anybody that needs sort of some introductory education on how Traders Post works, or they're a new customer, or even just testing a new asset class and are curious about how the settings work there. Because, it is kind of very different from asset class to asset class. You've got stocks, those work a certain way. You've got options that has a whole screener built in. Futures, okay, there's some risk management tools there. And then, of course, crypto works a little differently as well. And then one layer of this that not a lot of people are aware of is we have an automated stock to option mapper. So you can send in a signal for SPY and we'll trade the SPY options for you. So there's lots of little tricks there that I think are an initial hurdle to get past. Once you get it figured out, though, it's really simple. So we'll do this every week. Aventura
And he
says
was doing
Trevor
this
is
on
great.
a
We agree. Trevor is the man.
yeah, he was doing it on a practice account, right, for Topstep.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah. His
fantastic.
recommendation was to open a practice account to test the trades on.
That's great. Maybe Peter should. He needs to go to the Trevor class.
Okay, what is this now? Every time I try to short into a major support zone, I get fried. So I'm still waiting on this reversal, but man, it just wants to go. The buyers
Where
most of the orders at 26 got eaten through. There's a little bit more left, slightly below, and it's starting to grow. But it looks like they're ready to abandon their post and stop defending the 26 level.
right? So where would you catch the knife?
I don't think I would. I think I'd prefer a pullback of some kind, maybe back up to the weekly VWAP. And if we can reject off of that point, I might go short from there.
Oh, I see. You're looking to go short. Get into the short. I get it.
Go short if we see a rejection, but otherwise I may need to change direction and go long from here. I'm about 60% bullish and 40% bearish at the moment, just because we're on this major S2 line. This is a good place to find support.
Right. All right, that's looking juicy.
So on the subject of the command pad and the price extractors, I'm trying to think of the other areas where we can grab price and make it useful for the execution of orders, of course. Wealth charts was another one I want to play around with and get an extractor done for that. We cannot, of course, grab price from TradingView. That's against their end user license agreement. So that's one we have to skip. But if you guys have ideas for others, I think I had Tasty Trade on my list. I'm basically going through all of our broker list and looking at which ones have really good charting platforms that are used frequently. And we'll build a price extractor for those. And what the heck is a price extractor? It just allows you to grab the live price from the page so that as you're working with the command pad, you've got the ability to set a limit order around the current market price or unlock it so that you can get the incoming stream of the live price, to set bracket orders, and to, of course, keep track of things like slippage and what the price was at the time of the trade.
You could also just grab the price, copy the price from where it is and enter it in. So it's not mandatory, but yeah.
Yeah. If there is no price available, you can just copy it over and paste it in really quickly. And I wrote a formatter into it too, so it automatically formats and gets rid of dollar signs and commas and all that kind of stuff.
I just love how it feels. I can't even tell you how much I love how it feels. There's a couple of things that I noticed I wanted to change. Like, for example, if I have it narrow, which I often do, the columns for the requests, the heading doesn't collapse.
Yeah.
In the same way, so that's modified. But like, I was like, oh, let me do a list of changes I would make to it, and they're so minor. I was like, this is so good.
I have a tendency of doing that though, where when I get to the end of a project, then it's all the fine tuning, and I spend a lot of time on the fine details. Not that I caught everything, but I did think about a lot of little things.
There's one thing I'm sure I don't know, I would imagine you didn't catch, is that when I'm looking at this, sometimes I wish there was a button I could just press that disables it, but that still allows me to click through the buttons. I'm seeing the key and I just want to press them. But
I wouldn't about that. Originally I had like a separate key lock button. Right. I was even thinking about making it more like a military launch button. You know what I mean? Like it has a casing cover to it, and you have to lift it in order to press the button.
Right.
That seemed overkill. So next to the lock button here, instead of doing an actual lockout, we could have just a temporary lock button that just quickly disables the buttons.
Right.
Peter, please reach out to support@traderspost.io. We don't really know if you're a customer or not, so we need to see if you have an account with us first, if you would like access to command pad. No, I'm kidding. I'll share the files with you. We've got a few people on the wait list. In fact, one of our support agents just pinged me and let me know that somebody else is on the wait list for this as well. So we are packaging up the beta version of this. If anybody wants to use it, test it out, see how it works for prop firm trading or even just trading a single account. Again, this is not tied to just prop firm trading or futures alone. This can work for stocks. You can do options trading from this. You could do crypto trading from this. Any symbol and quantity will work in here. However, the V1 of this is based on amounts or price delta instead of percentages. So if you're used to saying like use 10% of my portfolio, that's not really going to work here. This is a fixed quantity. These are amounts, price delta amounts that you have to put in for the take profit and stop loss. So the future version will include the ability for you to define whether you want to speak in percentage terms or risk amount terms or dollar amount terms. Well, Tom, I have officially missed this entire move.
Yeah.
Was not expecting that.
This is where my impatience generally pays off. This is why I always get into a move just immediately.
Yeah, I've decided that doesn't work for me. I need to wait. I need to not just jump into things, because that's what got me into trouble in the past. I guess I could have put a micro on, but
that's right. That's what I did. Just a micro. I don't think it's a good idea. I think it prevents me from FOMOing. If it's not that, then as the move is happening, I will jump in with 5 contracts.
Yeah.
So I have to protect myself.
The beauty is, and I will always love this fact about markets, is they are not going anywhere, and there's another opportunity coming right around the corner.
Oh my God. When that sinks into someone's head, it's a complete game changer.
Yep.
Well, there's this post I shared on X, I think this morning or last night, where we've had the most Six Sigma events over the last 5 years or whatever.
Somebody on Twitter goes, I think we need to rethink what a Six Sigma event is.
Right. It's like you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna miss this once in a lifetime opportunity. I guarantee you there's gonna be another one. Just pay attention.
Yep.
Oh no, it's bouncing so hard. Come
on.
Right.
That's kind of what I was waiting for. So that confirms the 26 level.
Right.
Now the question is how we're going to respond to point of control, session VWAP, and weekly VWAP, which are all converging at the same point now. I've got some sellers at 26.50, which is basically right at weekly VWAP. About 51 contracts there. The book is outsized on the sell side at the moment. There's a little bit of a wall at the current price.
So you would enter a short if 26.50 gets confirmed to the downside.
Yeah, I want to see how it responds right in this zone here at about the 20. So buyers are eating through some orders right here at this price at 26. And I want to start to see if there's a turnover here. If there's a turnover and sellers really step in, then I might join them right there.
This bounce just gave back 1/3 of the move for me. I hate that. What helps is not looking at the chart. So let me switch to silver. Do you ever find any value in, like, on Topstep, they say I could reactivate a funded account for like $500 or whatever it is? And
I
like,
just
is
don't,
that
I
even
don't know if
worth
the
it?
cost is worth it. I mean, I've spent so much on these accounts. I've started to figure out that the cheapest path is just to pay the small amount for the eval and activate later. So I got to pass the eval first. I didn't used to like that. I was really only buying funded accounts, but then, you know, you go on tilt and you wonder to yourself, why did I?
Right.
Okay, looking good.
When I look at my MNQ on Topstep versus TradingView MNQ 5 minutes, the charts look different. Why? I suspect you're on a different time frame on the TradingView. They shouldn't look different. They should look exactly the same.
One consideration is that Topstep pipes in their own pricing data, and I've heard people mention that there are variances between the VWAP values and some of the indicator values compared to TradingView. And that's because Topstep X is built and backed by Project X, and they have their own connection to the exchanges and their own pricing data that they use. And it can be slightly different than what you see on TradingView. But we'd have to specifically figure out what differences you're noticing there, Peter.
Yeah, send me a screenshot of what you're seeing, Peter, and we'll take a look. I suspect you're on the wrong time frame.
And it could just be that your setup is different. Like they use an instance of TradingView. It's the charting library, and it can be customized in a way that's going to look different than TradingView.
You also might be on NQ and not MNQ. Was up 178 on the overnight session. Market just took everything back and left me with $12. Rough.
Yeah,
We know the feeling. Know the feeling, Ventura.
All right, in a second here, I think I'm going to move my stop to break even. Let me show you guys how I do that too, because that's a really nice addition here to the command pad. In a second here, when the next candle opens, I'm going to set a trailing stop by 30 points, and that's going to automatically set up a trailing stop order at my break-even point for all of my accounts at the same time. And I'm trading 12 different accounts. So let me wait for this next candle to open. Okay, perfect. So I have 30 points here on a trailing stop, and I'm going to call this an SNR exit. So when I hit this exit flat button, boom, I've now moved my stop into break even, and I'm just going to chase the price by 30 points.
With what?
Now, I did not have that order type on my own with lines on the chart. So the command pad has made this a game changer for me to be able to manage my positions on the fly, cancel orders, reset my stop, set my stop to a break-even point. This has been fantastic for managing my risk more appropriately across all these accounts. And now at any point, of course, I can come back here and say, if price turns against me for some reason or continues, and I don't want to get it stopped out too early, I can cancel the orders, reset the stop, maybe set it back at break even again. So the ability to sort of like replace and keep refining my orders along the way without, of course, moving my stop further back, which is not a great idea, is unprecedented. I haven't had this kind of control on Traders Post until this tool.
Trey, I wonder, the trade you're in, is it are all your trades automated, or are you doing any manual trading? So I'm curious if you have that effect of me, the worse my account does, the better I perform as I come back from the brink. I wonder if you have the same sort of thing.
All right, looking good. My live futures account is in profit now. As a side note, I have opened a little $500 futures account, and my objective is to take this from 500 to 10,000 and never add to it and never take from it. So let's see how this path goes. It's sort of like having a prop from account with $500 of drawdown left. I only have a few shots left in the cannon, so hopefully I can pull this off.
Everything is automated so I can work, Trey says. Totally understand that.
Yep. All right, this looks like a continuation of the original downtrend, which is great. But it looks like I'm going to get stopped out with my trailing stop there. There it is. And I am good with that because I still don't understand why we're seeing such a sell-off. I was expecting more of a push there. Okay, so all my accounts stopped out in profit there. And we're up about 114 across the accounts, 229 in some of the bigger ones here this morning.
So when this happens, I have the habit of underneath the lowest candle, recent lowest candle, I'll set another buy stop sell order.
Yeah,
just in case it flushes down and continues.
Right. I've tried to do that before too, but when I know we're at a major support zone, which we are right now, and we could easily wick slightly below this, and then in the next 4 minutes, 36 seconds, close in this support band, which then pushes us to the next level, I don't want to get trapped in that reversal.
What if it has a stop on a $25 and $200 take profit?
Small risk, pay to find out kind of situation.
Well, just so that you're not looking back at the chart. If I look back at the chart later on and go, "What? It continued? Oh my god!" I just go, I feel ridiculous.
Well, we just said it earlier. I'm okay missing this move because there's another one that's going to come later.
Fair enough.
maybe minutes, maybe I'm good with it. No, what my guy, shoot, hold on, let me catch my words here. You said something to me last week, and I think it's probably one of the biggest wake up calls for me. You had mentioned that I have a really good ability to see where price should go on the higher time frame here, and yet it is amazing to you that despite me seeing this, I take trades in the opposite direction and don't do what I say I'm going to do here.
Yes.
So I'm staying disciplined here, Tom. This is a major support zone.
Of course. Perfect. For me, it's more like I only mention it because I know what triggers my tilt. And so I know that I have to have some orders on the chart just so my mind is clear. And I don't expect them to win. So it just, for me, it's a way of, it's working with my evil self, working with Mr. Hyde.
Got it. Okay. Well, I've had one good trade here this morning. I like that I'm moving really, really slow. I think one of the things that is helping me avoid tilt lately is, well, one, I have a calendar here that it's telling me how long I've been, how many days it's been since tilt. It's sort of like the OSHA thing. How many days since incident here at the factory? And it's been 9 days since I've had a tilt day. And I like that it feels like each day I'm showing up, I'm clocking in, and I'm staying disciplined and not just jumping into trades for the sake of trading or for the excitement around a candle moving. I want to wait for my setups, and I only have 4 of them. And if they don't present themselves, they don't present themselves. I really want to stay in this lane of discipline.
Peter says, I got $62 on that down move, and then Mike saved me from giving it back by calling the level. I love trading with Powell. Powell is my indicator.
I love it. That's awesome. Slightly down. I see that leg that came down just slightly lower here. So let's say I had entered at that point. I'm already pissed. It already feels like we're going to see a big bounce here.
Right. Especially right at the 10 o'clock candle, which is, if you think I should, I'm just going to move my stop closer in.
All right. We're a little further outside the band now. Maybe we're going to S3 after all.
Yeah, my aim is 786. So
49.
And I got Bookmap over here telling me that the sellers keep stepping in and pushing down. So all this said, I still feel like I made the right call. I waited it out. Now we have confirmation below the band here. I see that. We're about halfway down to S3 now. Is that the flush out of the morning?
I still think there's more. I still think we go to 800. But I'm worried about the 10 o'clock move at 10 a.m. This whole thing could just come violently reverse, so I have no idea.
Well, S3 happens to line right up with the end of this regression trend for the morning. So I could see that. I could see a quick flush down to 25.8 and a reversal from there. Yeah, when I say 786, Peter, I'm just trying to shorthand for 25,000, 786 or 794, somewhere around there. So we're just talking about levels that it can arrive at, and I'm just using the last 3, correct? So like the next support zone for price to arrive at could be down here at 816, 25,816.
Yeah, Peter, these are called handles. Whenever there's a price or a part of the price that's generally the same, we don't say the handle. But if we were to talk about the 26 handle, then you know that you're talking about 26,000 on NASDAQ.
41.
100 contracts at 850. Buyers are trying to step in here.
49.
They just got eaten alive by the sellers. So it looks like we're going for the 816.
Well, I'm getting ready to go long around 800. We'll see you there.
Anybody in a short? I feel like our group would definitely be all over this trade right now.
I'm definitely in the short. Yeah. Oh, come on. Don't miss my exit by 1 tick. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do I press the button now? I'm pressing the button now. Forget it. I'm out of here. I'm going long.
All right. 2-hour candle just opened. This downtrend is
S41.
looking interesting. Let's see if buyers arrive here, because otherwise I got to revise all of this. Oh, well, I already do.
Bid 40.
All right, so this will be S2. This is potentially S1, but it's developing.
All right,
Maybe
I have a buyer.
R1.
Oh, it's still going. Okay.
S42.
All right. Right here, I'm gonna go long.
I'm right there with you, Aventura. I'm super angry. This is my kind of short, and I've basically missed this entire move. I've only gotten, what, 30 points of it? Wow, it's just going. Tom, what's the news here today?
This is the level. This is the where this is the unmitigated level at 786. I was talking about for the last few days. We've cleared it, so now I'm ready to go. I have a long order set up at 812 or whatever, ready to go long the other way. But this is unmitigated levels are like the gaps; they often clear.
Well, looking at the weekly VWAP here, this is, forming more of a close below the weekly VWAP on multiple timeframes. I mean, we might see a rebound here to retest that weekly, and I'd be curious if that pushes the move in the opposite direction. We see this downtrend starting to form on the 2-hour chart, and if we don't find support here and bounce back up and invalidate this down move, I mean, it could be a much further move from here. Just looking at the low to the high, I would expect, that we visit 25.5 again. Maybe even 25.4.
Yeah, 25.4. That's what I said at the beginning, potentially. Thinking? But whenever I get too greedy, it's like it's usually the first level, and this is the first level where we get a bounce at, and we're right at 10 o'clock. So I have my buy order set. I'm still in my short, but
you ready to reverse?
Totally.
Yeah.
S43.
I would love the idea of a reversal here. I really would. I need a little more confirmation.
But if it flushes to 432, like, I don't know. How does that happen without news? I can't believe I'm only 1 micro in. Whatever, Tom. That's what it is. That's what it is. Just live your life.
Let me prepare for a reversal potential. Oh my God, are we going to S3 today? We're getting all of the move is showing up today.
This is why I do the safety trade to not drive myself crazy.
I will admit I did not see this coming here today. Not with how bullish the market's been lately.
I got to get you on board with these levels, the unmitigated VWAP levels, because they're so useful for price targets.
So, I mean, we're coming up on almost a down 2% move today in the NASDAQ. That's why this feels so unusual. That's a big price move. VIX is up to 19 now from 17. We're starting to exit low volatility environments here. So look at that VIX move right there.
Yikes. Oh my.
We're back to January 20. And we could easily revisit a move up to November here.
Oh, Bitcoin just ate it. 86,000. Wow. And oil is rising. What is happening? Wait, what does it mean? Oil up, Bitcoin
Gold's pulling
down.
back. Silver's pulling back a bit.
Bonds. Okay, my long just triggered. So let's see. I'm out of my position.
Ooh,
finally close that out. 741. Let's see if I can actually keep that money.
I like that engulfing candle there. Ooh, all right. This is a little tricky here. ATR is a little high.
Yeah.
And we are in oversold territory.
S40, S45.
I gotta wait for a decent confirmation here.
All right, I'm rolling to risk $125 of what I gained.
And this would be 55.
And my target would be the weekly VWAP at 23.
Okay.
Come on. Please reverse. No, don't go back down. Please reverse.
We're gonna come back and test that low wick there. If it tests half of the previous candle, I think we're ready for an upturn.
Can I stay disciplined? Can I stay disciplined?
I see some lifts on the offer, but the sellers keep trying to push it back down.
One micro is smart. I've been resistant more also. Peter says his mantra is don't wallow in hindsight. Yeah, I understand.
Look for the next opportunity. Make yourself available to it. And just manage that risk. Calculate how much this trade's going to cost you and be ready to accept that cost.
Yeah. Don't
This
move that
trade's going to
stop.
cost me $110 when I take it. POC just arrived at this price.
Oh, POC is now available like natively within PineScript. Did you see that?
No,
at least for
awesome.
January 26th. Yeah,
Okay.
all of the volume footprint information is now available in PineScript.
Oh, that's a nice update.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hey,
do
wouldn't it be
something
nice if they gave us the placeholder for the futures contract too?
Futures contract. Never gonna happen, Mike. Never gonna happen. That's like asking Netflix to stop auto playing videos when you're looking through. It's not gonna happen.
Or ads in podcasts.
Podcast.
Speaking of which, our sponsor today is Blue Sky. Love those guys. I'm maxed out with 5 Blue Sky accounts at the moment, by the way.
I mean, you dipped your toe in Blue Sky and then you went straight to the end.
It's because I realized their rules are actually great.
Yeah.
They've got some good rules around around the end of day drawdown, how they calculate drawdown as well. I can add to my drawdown buffer as I get into profit. I like Blue Sky. They're great. And I'm not just saying that because they're paying for it.
That's right. Okay, I feel more confident about this bounce here.
I took the long. I've got the stop at 756. And this is going to be one of those trades where I just got to close my eyes because there's no looking at this.
Well, I'm setting even though I'm in a long, I'm setting a stop sell a little bit further down in case this guy decides to flush the 432. But I think that's stupid because I'm not really seeing that. But what if it does? No, I'm not willing to pay another $100 to risk that.
To find out, yeah.
Yeah, if this fails, this fails.
Okay, well, half the move just came back again.
Yeah, not looking good.
We need those buyers to really step in. I see some orders building here, and the offers getting lifted from 775, 770. Contracts are growing at 760 and 770. I see 53 contracts, though, at 770. And the order book on the other side, it looks a little bit thinner. So there's some promise here.
But we're below the 50-minute VWAP and falling.
40.
Yeah, looks like I'm going to get flushed out and stopped. Man, what a miss today. Missed the downside. I'm going to miss the reversal. And it's going to be a down day when it should have been a very up day.
Should have been.
Ah, you caught me again. Well, it is a risk managed day. I might get lucky here. I feel like my stop is slightly too high at 756. It's slightly above that previous wick. All right, buyers, save me here. I see it. They're mounting. I see some Offers getting lifted here. So a little bit of momentum to the upside. Maybe we are out of the woods. It's just sideways now. We need to break 812. All right, let's get it.
We're going to close there, though. 3 minutes on this. 3 minutes, 38 seconds on the 5-minute candle.
Yeah, 5-minute candle looks very oversold, by the way. This is way
Yes.
outside my typical bands.
Yeah.
So I like it here. It's a really good entry point. But like I said, my stop just might be too close. Let's hope this is it.
Peter says, I find I can't stomach betting on reversals. I just wait for a strong trend. I get in and out on the way up or down and then out. Yeah, that's a trend following. My problem with that is, or the reason why I take reversals is that I've gotten way better at determining where the reversals are. It's a conjunction of time and price. And so I feel way more comfortable taking them. If you get in those, you have this perfect trade that happens. It's a perfect entry. And if you lose, well, you know, there's always you can always have that loss on a trade anyway. So to me, the risk is totally worth it.
S41.
Jesus.
Push back down. Oh, they just reversed that 5-minute.
We're back to
Doji.
POC. 795 is POC. So let's see how we would develop here. Peter misclicked and gave $115 back.
Oh my
God.
god.
The mouse and the clicks can be costly from time to time.
That's right.
You get to a point where, shoot, I have this tendency now where I lift my finger above my mouse because I don't want to accidentally click it.
Not only me then. I like this. Not only me.
All right, let's see how this move goes, Tom. Let's wait it out. And if we can get back into the 820s, then I think we're out of the woods. But we need to see this candle close. On the 5-minute chart, we got 150 left, a minute 50 left on this.
Yeah,
and a minute 50 left on the 15 as well. But, man, sellers want it here. Dang it, I'm going to get flushed out.
Yeah.
The buyers just moved back to 750, which is terrible for me because I'm at 756 on my stop.
God, so close. Come on. How much time left on this candle? 1 minute. More than enough time for this to drop. This is my dilemma. Do I move my stop or do I not? I can't.
Bummer, 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 bummer.
Peter says he chooses revenge.
No revenge trade. Nope, I'm done.
No.
Good Lord. All right. Well, that's the sell-off of the week. That completely missed, and now we're heading to S2. At this point, I would say I'm done for the day. I've had all bad calls this morning. So I think that puts me at break even for the day. Yep, pretty much break even. I can accept that. That's better than a lost day. And there's still an opportunity to grab the reversal. It's just not yet.
Yeah.
We need a much better engulfing candle.
Are we going to 432? Could that possibly be the case? I can't bet on that.
I think 680 is possible right now. I see 42 contracts at 700, but the sellers are now placing a lot more orders at 760. 98 contracts and growing.
All right, well, I'm setting a buy order at 789 and walking away.
Okay.
And see how that goes, because we're still in support here, so I do still like this reversal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Having for a nice job. $12 is better than losing 500. Exactly. DJ says $12 buys more beer. Let's go. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's get started.
Yeah, I'm up $400 today. I have plenty to give away. All right.
Fantastic.
So I think I could close at $13 in big trade today. So just so you know.
Beat them by a buck. You're paying the tip.
All right, guys, that's it for Price Action Live today. We'll be back tomorrow morning for even more crazy action at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll also see you later on today at 3 p.m. for Blueprint. But as always, we wish you guys happy trading.